What up, everybody? I just want to talk about very briefly and short about a dilemma that I see being shed to light more. It's in correlation of what I was talking about in my last video about how there's too much Jewish influence here and how this is a negative impact on us as Americans. And although I'm not going to talk about it on the same severity scale of when I talk about Jewish politicians blackmailing and bribing out American politicians to do things in the favor of Israel at the expense of our country and other countries, like how they benefit off of war by these powerful Jews like Zelensky, how they benefit off war by receiving contracts from government that pay them billions of dollars, regardless of who dies and who suffers. Although it's not on that scale, this is again about the collateral damage, about how us Americans being are being forced into succumbing to, and how American value and tradition is dying and being substituted by this foreign entity, the Jews' tradition and value. And the example I want to provide you with this is what's going on in Lakewood, New Jersey right now, and its surrounding areas. But not just restricted. This is going on in multiple cities and a lot of towns. This is just an example to show you what's going on. So, what's going on in Lakewood and its surrounding neighborhoods in Jersey, again, but not just restricted, so you get the bigger picture of what's going on, is there is an overwhelming growing Jewish population. And what they are doing is they are implementing Talmudic teachings within their society. For anybody who doesn't know, real quick, is the Talmud is a Jewish belief book, and it literally what it teaches them is to benefit their own kind at the expense of everybody else. Hence why they refer to us as, in the book, Gentile, which is a non-Jew, and they call us Goyim, which is a cattle, either consciously or subconsciously. You are nothing to them. So what they're doing in these communities is they are having 12 to 13 kids per family. They are not working. They are living off American taxpayer dollars, the welfare system. They're driving nice cars. They're avoiding property tax. They're basically living for free at our expense. And they are only growing in numbers. As I've stated, each family is having 12 to 13 kids. They are also building yeshivas at a very high number. And within these yeshivas, they are spreading Talmudic teachings and belief. And like I've just stated, what the Talmud is. I'm just going to quote to you a couple verses from the Talmud off the top of my head because I have read it, and you can look this up. This is not hard to find. They say that the extermination of all Christians is a necessary sacrifice. They say that drinking from the same cup of a Gentile, which is a non-Jew, is the equivalent of drinking from a bowl that a dog drank from. They say that you can have sex with underage girls that aren't Jewish because they're Goyim. They say that they say the best of the Gentiles, kill them where you find them. This is all in the Talmud and what they teach within these yeshivas, what they are teaching to these children that grow up believing this, implementing it into their life. And this is a very serious issue because I know these people's history, and I know that they were kicked out of 109 countries. They were kicked out of they were banished from everywhere they ever lived in because of this shit. And now it's happening here. The same shit they did in Germany, the same shit they did in Poland and France, it's happening right here. And politicians like Randy Fine, who's in Florida, that also allow this from American politicians, like people like the Miami Beach mayor, who crack down on anti-Semitism online, but will allow shit like this. It just goes to show the agenda. The greater Israel project is happening here, not just in Israel. There is little Jerusalem being spread within this country. How they want to make this also, they will not stop until the whole world resembles Gaza. This is a fact. I just see how it's growing more and more. But that's all I had to say. If anybody wants to look into it, look into the teachings of the Talmud, how they're implementing it within these Jewish communities here, and how it's growing more and it's replacing American tradition and value. These people and their beliefs are a foreign entity. They do not belong here, and we need to do anything by any means necessary, except anything hostile or lethal, to get them out of here. They do not belong here. They need to leave. That's all.